This little thing right here was what started it all for me. My very first camera. Got it back in 2005 as a gift from my mom for my 27th birthday. It's a Canon PowerShot SD 450. When I got it, I wasn't really excited. I knew nothing about photography. All I cared about was my Call of Duty maps and getting my downloadable content for video games. I was going to sell this thing for some Call of Duty maps, for some extra change to get some downloadable content. And I don't know what she paid for it. It was like $150. I said, what am I going to do with a camera? I wasn't into it. And I think she got it for like $150. I was going to sell it until I decided to, test it out. I took my first image with it, and that was the end of my video game hobby. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do play video games, I still do, but primarily photography is my #1 hobby. I do write as a amateur author, but photography is my passion. Travel and exploring nature, exploring wildlife, street photography. I started out with street photography with this little thing. I'm going to show you some images that I took with this and that I took back, my earlier work from when I was a young chap. Some of the images I'm about to show you were with this, and some were taken with a Sony. I remember buying a Sony DSV-1, which I liked because it was a point and shoot water break. I sprinkled some lemon juice in it. Some of the images I'm about to show you were with this, and some were taken with a Sony. I remember buying a Sony DSV-1, which I liked because it was a point and shoot that had manual control. You could shoot manual with it, and that camera really taught me a lot. If it wasn't for that manual mode, I wouldn't have learned as quickly as I did. And then I moved on to SLRs, and I bought my first SLR, which was a Nikon D200. I made a video about that one before, but for now, here are some of my earlier works back when I was a young chap. Here we have a shot of Federal Hall down by the Wall Street area. I took this shot at like 4 in the morning after coming home from a bar. The Grand Plaza Hotel right by Central Park. Took this after 7 a.m. after work, after doing an overnight. Oh wow, the old gazebo down by the Conference House Park, which was destroyed by Hurricane Sandy, no longer there. That is me looking at movie posters down by a restaurant called Mars 2115. I love this restaurant in Manhattan. Took this on the side of a highway with one of my point and shoots, the camera you saw before. It was a long exposure, my first long exposure shot. This was an abandoned building by the Seaview Farm Colony, and that's me on the floor, trying to an apocalyptic scene. Broadway. Took a random shot of some pedestrians. Probably should have cropped out the couple on the left. This footbridge is just amazing, beautifully built. Whoever designed this deserves a medal. Night shot of the Verrazano, one of my first shots that won a contest. Here's a shot of the Rock down in Rockefeller Center. I took this during my overnight shift, like 3 a.m. during my lunch break. And here is Times Square. Again, I worked nights doing security in Manhattan, and so I took walks on my lunch break, and the streets were just so empty. Loved it. Alice Austin Park. That gate is no longer there. Took this like 13 years ago. Waiting for the train with, there's my brother on the right. Lots of cool, blurry effects going on there. That is me at Mount Loretto. I used my car headlights to light this image. I was with a friend. We were just goofing off. And last but not least, some pedestrians in the village in Manhattan. Thanks for watching, guys.